I'm back at Grassroots Books, and these are dollar books. What's the sale today? I think dollar records. There are movies, CDs, lots of books. Let's come over here. I don't know. Oh, there's some Blu-rays and I think over here would be the records. I think so. So if you don't mind, I'll take you on a trip downtown to Spectre Records. Gabriel's new store has 400 square feet at Junkies. It's a antique mall on 1st and Virginia Street. And a few hits and misses on thrifting. And yes, I did find a Meet the Beatles at a thrift store for half price, $5. And I'll be showing that later. See what you think and enjoy the trip. So I've got to post a package. It's going to go out of country. Records, of course, right? To a friend. And it's by University of Nevada at Reno. The post office. This is old downtown Reno. There's the courthouse, the old courthouse. And I'm going to go over the Truckee River here. But there's a new record store, Spectre Records. That's Gabriel, and I'm going to see if they're open yet. It's on that next street is 1st Street. This is Virginia Street, the main drag. Here's the bridge. They replace the old bridge. Yeah, downtown looks different now. It's all white. It used to be glitzy neon. At 1 in the morning, it was like daytime. It was so bright down here. So I'm going to find a place to park and see if Gabriel is in there. I'll check it out. I had to put $1.50 in the meter, and that's okay. Parking's a little tight down here. And the river is just right over here. That's the Truckee River. It flows out of West Shore Lake Tahoe, winds through Truckee, California, and down here through Reno, and it empties out into Pyramid Lake, which that lake is the last remnant of the great ocean that covered the Great Basin of the West, Nevada, Utah. Pyramid Lake and Walker Lake are the last remnants of that great body of water during the Ice Age. Cool lake. Pelicans go out there. Almost at the record store. Okay, Inspector Records is inside this antique mall. And Junkies is a well-known, I don't know what you call it, secondhand shop. It's in here as well. They moved from Midtown Reno, so we'll see what's going on. And this did just open, so yeah, I hope Gabriel's in here. Spectre Records. Good new channel too, besides mine. Mine's not so good though. Heavy scent of perfume in here.
Your fortune is mine for the telling, and yours for the hearing. Come, let Zoltar tell you more.
Okay, I found Spectre Records. This isn't it, but this is another vendor. Pretty cool. And let's see what's down here. here, over here is Spectre Records. Now he's just getting set up. I can see that this is it for now, but he has 400 square feet evidently. And let's see what we have. Miles. Oh, that's a good one. This should be the band after Fugazi, I think. Grunt Truck. Oh man, that's a good one. Down here, James Brown. Oh God, I have that on that great repress. Let's see, Odetta. This is all cool. Okay. Love me some Chaka Khan. Rufus. I have this record. Box set. And yeah, I have a lot of tubes. I'm good there. And from Bill's Garage, I'm pretty complete on Starship. Wow, look at that UFO. Nice. If he had the very, very first Journey album, I'd buy it. It's way before Steve Perry. Greg Raleigh was the lead singer. They're more jazz, rock, progressive, fusion, really excellent. Philip Glass. Laurie Anderson. Of course, married to Lou Reed. Aztec camera. Socket tuning. So as you can see, he's just getting set up with his record store. I'm going to go back again this week. He's a great guy, and check out his YouTube channel. Anyhow, I'm going to show you two turntables that I picked up, a Pioneer vintage 1976 and a 1977 Technics turntable from a friend in a trade. I didn't pay much for them. I'm really thrilled, and I'm going to set up the Pioneer. And right after the turntables, I'm going to show you the records that I've found in the last 10 days. A lot of records. Well, actually, I'll just show 10 or 12 records. Thanks. So here we are, two turntables that I picked up. And I'll just tell you, I paid $20 a piece. But this was from a friend. This is from Ted Dugan. He was an old, good friend, manager of Tower Records, Los Angeles, and he opened the Reno store in 1995. I brought him some blank CDs. He's still really into his CDs, much more than vinyl. And he just had these laying around, and he's not going to use them, so I'm the lucky guy. Now check this out. This was so dirty, I'm telling you. I cleaned it up. This is a PL115D, and this is the one that I'm probably gonna go ahead and use this. I'm gonna hot rod the cartridge and the stylus. And guys, if you have any recommendations on what stylus I can use for this Pioneer, let me know. And the dust cover is in good shape. It has the nice logo here. And as you can see, the tone arm, and it's in great shape. Okay, turntable number 2, Technics with the strobe, and you're going to see that this is the SL1900, well-known turntable from 1977. This one's going to need some TLC. It was really dirty. It has the strobe. The dust cover is pretty beat. I'll show you. I could clean it up with some product. If you have any recommendations, there's this spot over here, but I could always get another dust cover. I'm really going to go to work on the Pioneer first. I mean, this is the one that, you know, everybody would want, but I got to tell you that Pioneer is a tank, and I really think I'm going to go to work on that first. The Pioneer is from 1976, and this Technics, again, direct drive automatic turntable SL-1900 is from 1977. All right, here goes. I have about 10 or 12 albums to show you. I'm not going to talk price this time. I got great deals. As you know, I always get good deals, usually get good deals on records. But we are on a bit of a Beatles kick, and I'm really thrilled about it. My son is into them. My wife listens to them at work. And what really helps, we saw Danny Boyle's great film yesterday. So wonderful. I just love everything about this film. My family thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved it, seeing it for the third time. And even better, I found 2 Meet the Beatles thrifting. And the first one was, you guys are going to like this. Check this out. This one is from Back East. Of course, these are, these are early 70s represses. And, you know, there's at least, 250 versions of Meet the Beatles. But here we go, Meet the Beatles. And this is from you guys Back East. Yes, that is. That's from Corvettes. I know that's, a department store on the East Coast. I wouldn't know. I'm from the West Coast. But this is the first one I found, under $10. And just recently, check this out. I picked this one at half price. These are both early pressings, but this one with the olive green Beatles, this does sound better. I just spun this, and you know what? I love this boy. I do. Some people go, I don't like that song that much. I totally dig it. John Lennon's vocal. There's passing chords in there. It's a cool song. I mean, even the weak ones on here, Little Child, Hold Me Tight. You know, it's Meet the Beatles. I mean, absolutely. And I love George Harrison's Country Gentleman Gretsch guitar work on this. And, you know, when he does Don't Bother Me, it's just really reminiscent. Gene Clark heard that and really took a lot. Here's a song that he's saying, you know, to the gal, like, hey, don't bother me. And then Gene pens a song for the Byrds. I'll probably feel a whole lot better when you're gone. Everybody else is writing songs like I Miss You, Baby. And here George Harrison and then Gene Clark follow suit to write songs saying, no, I'm going to feel better. Go your own way, that kind of thing. Pretty cool. Very groundbreaking for the early and mid-60s. So glad to have Meet the Beatles. And I'll show you the Apple. I would love to have a pressing that my sister had that she was gifted for her 10th birthday. I shared that in a previous video. She received the record, US Press, from my mother. And here it is on Apple. And this does sound really, really good. And I got to tell you, I can't wait for Now and Then. I'm going to get it on 12-inch single, and probably the 7-inch too. So I'm excited. Now look, I'm not going to turn into a Beatles channel, I promise you, but I am on a Beatles kick. I'm really having fun with it. Now here's another album. This is from Bill's Garage. And I never had this. This is a comp from 1967, and that's Rare, Precious, and Beautiful from the Bee Gees. And this, I believe, Spicks and Specks comes from that album, and I've never had that Bee Gees album. I really do need to score a couple of more early Bee Gees records, but here is the record. I just finished listening to this. Often when I film, I spin records in between. I make a day of it. Really, really fun. So, and here's the back cover on Atco. And this, I think this is a second press actually for this Atco, early Atco pressing. It might be a first. I'll look into that. Now next up, also from Bill's Garage, this is Silk Purse from Linda Ronstadt. I believe this is her second release, correct me if I'm wrong. And I love this. And my favorite song is She Dark the Sun, the Bernie Leadon, Gene Clark Penn song. She does a wonderful cover of it. And, you know, between Bernie and Bernie Leadon, that is, and Gene Clark, they also wrote Train Leaves Here This Morning. Of course, that was on the first Eagles album. But Linda just covered so many. Here she is. Look at that. She covered so many great songs. The only one, Warren Zevon's Carmelita. I mean, Warren does it so much better. It's just more, authentic than Linda singing about that, that subject matter. Oh, and look, I can't get that off. There's no way. But that's all right. It belonged to that person. Now, just yesterday at Salvation Army, I did really, really well. Now, I'm into country rock. I think, if I had to say my genres, the blues, I just love the blues, and country rock, absolutely. But here's a British country rock outfit. This is Cochise, and this is Swallowtails. This is their 7-inch. This was a crazy good find, because I'm getting into really obscure country rock bands, and this is wonderful. Actually, Steve Marriott sings backup on Love's Made a Fool of You, and check this baby out. I actually ordered one more because I'm going to gift one of these to a friend. Now here's something interesting from Vincent Crane, and of course Atomic Rooster, and this is their 7th studio album. And talking about a band sticking to their guns, that would be Atomic Rooster. And this is Headline News. David Gilmour is all over this album. This was a really cool find. And on vinyl, this is my only Atomic Rooster. Now hang on a second, I'm going to show you something. I do have everything on CD. Sleeping for Years, Atomic Rooster. Songs from, I believe this is 1970 to 74. And yes, it is. And this just everything is on this. But I do really want more Atomic Rooster. So there's Vincent Crane right there. Now here's a guitarist. You could call him the protege, whatever you want to call him. But this is Danny Kirwan. And this is the US cover. I would love to have the UK cover, really, or the Japanese release. But the title of this is Midnight in San Juan. This is his second release. There's Danny. Love Danny Kirwan. Second Chapter is so good. His first debut album is just so very good. But I just absolutely love Danny Kirwan. Of course, Peter Green. And Peter really let Danny, have the show, really. Because Then Play On is equally Danny Kirwan pen songs to Peter's songs. So, but that's the way Peter Green was. He was very giving, just a great guy. I love the early Fleetwood Mac. And here's the label for Danny Kirwan. This is from 1977. And then lastly, guys, here's a record It's really, as a very young teenager, I think I was 13. No, I was 12 years old when I first saw this album. My sister's boyfriend, Ed Sims, he brought this over, and I Feel Free, Fresh Cream. You know, I fell in love with this record, and especially with I Feel Free. Have you ever heard the Foo Fighters cover it? They do a good job. Now, I was going to go over to Bill's just an hour ago. I didn't touch bases with him, so for real, next week I'll be showing records from Bill's Garage, and we're going to be boxing up records, clean up a bit, and thank you.
They're flickering back as we flicker to them.
That is so cool.
A beautiful sight to behold.
Okay, you can turn your lights back down to the ground and go back to your video, and thank you for being part of the show.